If there's one team that is very infamous this season, that is Aston Martin. Not just throughout the summer break, when they managed to sign Alonso in a 3-year deal that would see the Spaniard bank in $20 million per year at the age of 41, but also at the beginning of the season, when they decreased heavily in form. Their pace was probably one of the reasons why Vettel decided to retire and spend more time with his family, as prior to the announcement being made, Vettel said that the joy isn't the same when you're fighting for wins versus for P10. Nevertheless, Aston Martin has been accused of cheating and illegality of their car in the Barcelona GP, which didn't come as a surprise to anyone given the history of the team. But they fought back and responded fiercely to Red Bull's allegations regarding the legality of their car through Mike Krack, the chief of Aston Martin. Want to find out more? Stick around with us until the end of this video. Let's take a short trip to history and remind you, why is Aston Martin, formerly known as Racing Point, so heavily bashed when it comes to its design choices. The team was bought out by a consortium led by Lawrence Stroll in 2018 when they went to bankruptcy while being known as Force India. The team raced in the remainder of the 2018 season, which was the second half of the season after the summer break, with 0 points under the name Racing Point Force India, just to change the name in 2019 in full. This is when the team started to show some potential, but the year when everybody was shocked by their pace was 2020. The car was literally labeled as the pink Mercedes, with Racing Point buying every possible part out of Mercedes that could be bought and copying what couldn't be bought. What's even more bizarre is that the FIA claimed the car to be legal, and after a thorough investigation, they punished the team with 15 points and a $400,000 fine due to them copying the brake ducts designed from Mercedes in 2020, with that part of the car being a part of the listed products category, meaning that the team has to build it by themselves. Nevertheless, the team finished P4 in the Constructors' Championship that season, and if it wasn't for the penalty, they would have been P3 ahead of McLaren too. This was the season when Ferrari saw a massive drop in their performance, so Racing Point was able to beat them and Renault in the Constructors' Championship. Since then, they were labeled as a copycat, and in 2021, the team signed a commercial partnership with Aston Martin. This move was heavily expected, as Racing Point's boss Lawrence Stroll has led a consortium to buy a huge amount of stakes in Aston Martin, making him the chairman of the company. The team saw a massive drop in performance in 2021, and now the only team that is performing worse than them is Williams in 2022. After the miserable start in the first couple of races, Aston Martin brought out a car in Spain that looked very similar to something we've seen before, which was the Red Bull's design for their 2022 car, the RB18. What was even more embarrassing for the green Red Bull, as the car was labeled in Spain, is the performance during the weekend. Both of their cars failed to enter Q2, and both of them finished outside of the points, making their copy design very miserable to watch. However, they were cleared yet again by the FIA regarding the design of their car and the legality of the parts being added to it. In a statement, the governing body said, both teams collaborated fully with the FIA in this investigation and provided all the relevant information. The investigation, which involved CAD checks and a detailed analysis of the development process adopted by Aston Martin, confirmed that no wrongdoing had been committed, and therefore the FIA considers that the Aston Martin aerodynamic upgrades are compliant. Nevertheless, they were accused by Red Bull of cheating and copying designs that aren't theirs in the first place. However, the team's boss Mike Krack said that the team has proven this season that they can be innovative leaders when it comes to it. We've been wrongly accused of copying this season. The new rear wing we brought to the Hungarian GP underlined our ability to innovate and steal a march on the opposition by coming up with ideas our rivals haven't, said Mike. The team was able to grab a point in the Hungarian GP thanks to Vettel's performance, but it is still far away from their desired plans. According to their statements, at the end of 2022, Aston Martin F1 was supposed to be fighting the top dogs ahead, not the worst performing cars and the back markers at the end of the pack. But the new rear wing that was brought to Hungary brought a lot of controversy and speculation in F1, as it appears that the team found a loophole when it comes to the technical regulations that were introduced this season. The 2022 rules were brought in to reduce the turbulent air coming off the cars, which was a big factor in denying close racing in recent seasons. The channel design introduced by Aston Martin has been declared legal by the FIA and accepted as a clever interpretation of the regulations. Still, teams could meet to further discuss its legality and whether or not a ban could be encouraged. Christian Horner, Red Bull's boss, said that it could be possible for the team to copy Aston Martin now, as the tables might turn and it would be the other way around in the copycat fight. Mike Krack has yet again responded to this criticism, saying, "When developing a wing or developing ideas, you normally do not wait until the last moment before you show it. So we were in touch with the FIA all along the development to understand if this is something that will be accepted. And it finally was. So that was for us the moment where we said, okay, we go for it." I think there is nothing special at the end of the day. It's an interpretation of the rules, and we developed a wing according to that in conjunction with the FIA, and that's it basically. I'm not concerned about supermajority or anything. If the rules are changing or these kinds of designs are not allowed, we will cope with it, finished Mike. Aston Martin is currently in a very bad place, but they do not intend on staying here for a long time. They are already building up heavy when it comes to the 2023 season, as they built a new wind tunnel and production factory near Silverstone in the UK, and Lawrence Stroll has reportedly started to poach staff from other teams such as Red Bull and Mercedes in order to bring his team back in the front runners. A move that they did, which came as a surprise to many, was signing Fernando Alonso in a 3-year deal pairing him up with Lawrence Stroll. They did the same thing in 2021 when they presented their goals to the 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel, but the team is now far away from where they wanted to be prior to the beginning of the 2021 season. It seems like Fernando Alonso has bought in with the Aston Martin's promises, and given the fact that they were able to offer him what Alpine couldn't, which is a 3-year secure deal that would see the Spaniard race until he is 44 years old, Alonso didn't have to think much. The 2-time world champion will bring a lot of experience to the team, something that they desperately need in these times. Mike Krack has also spoken about Fernando Alonso, praising the Spaniard and saying that he still has what it takes to be successful in the sport despite his age. He just has that killer instinct. No matter what, you know Fernando will always give you everything, always push 100%, always get the maximum out of the car and the team. His racing skill is exceptional, a phenomenal combination of confidence, instinct, and intelligence. Fernando's signature is a clear expression of our intent at Aston Martin F1. We are not on the grid to make numbers, we are here to win. We are on a journey to the front of the grid, and Fernando's decision to join us on that journey to make a driver of this caliber believe in the Aston Martin F1 project is a huge compliment to our team and the work we do. Finished Krack. Nevertheless, it seems like we're about to see a massive improvement from Aston Martin in 2023. After all, it would be good for the sport if the team is back on track with innovation and with genuine designs rather than copying other successful teams. We wouldn't want to see Fernando's career ending like Vettel's one did, fighting for scraps and 1 to 2 points in every race. What do you think will happen next with Aston Martin? Let us know in the comments below.